The first round of the 2022 draft is in the books. Here are my thoughts on the first 10 picks. The Jags surprised me with this pick. Although there was some serious buzz coming out of Duval County that they seemed to target Walker, who was a bona fide second rounder a few months ago. But then the combine happened. Walker absolutely smashed all the drills. He looks like he's built in a lab. The frame and the athleticism are off the charts. The things that worries me a bit is his lack of production in college, where he didn't put up the numbers that you expect from a man with these abilities. The Jags obviously drafted Walker for his upside and passed on Hutchinson, who was a lock before the combine. With that being said, I give this pick a C. With a grade of 94.5, it's quite clear why the Lions drafted him and was a no-brainer for the front office after the Jaguars picked Walker. Hutchinson belongs in the same ballpark as the Bosa brothers and Garrett and will be a starter from day one. Hutch brings in his elite explosiveness, strength and above all production and leadership to the Lions. A thing often overlooked, due to the extreme combine performance of Walker, is that his agility is upper echelon for a man his size. This is a win for both parties, since Hutch gets to stay in Michigan. This pick deserves an A. The Texans obviously drafted him because of his 2019 campaign when he was a freshman. That year he was the highest graded corner and only allowed a 37% completion rate with 6 picks and 15 pass breakups. The years after, he was injured a lot and didn't look that inspired, so picking him is a bit of a risk. But if Lovie Smith can unlock the 019 Stingley, they will have a lockdown corner for many years to come. I give this pick a B-, also considering the fact that Sauce was on the board when the Texans picked him. Why did the Jets draft Sauce this high? Well, that has everything to do with the legendary status he mustered throughout his college career. He famously didn't give up a touchdown in that time span, and passes thrown into his coverage generated a 31.8 passer rating, lower than if the quarterback had just thrown the ball at the ground every play instead. Don't be surprised if people in New York will talk about Gardner Island in no time. This pick deserves an A. There are some concerns about his character and his will to play football, but I believe that's just smoke. Thibodeau has an unreal first step and bends quite easily around the edge. He's truly a unique specimen with his power plus explosiveness. I think the Giants have drafted a diamond in the rough that needs refinement but will be a real menace for QBs for years to come. They earned themselves an A. The Panthers have drafted a guy with legs like tree trunks. The momentum Ekwonu could generate was unmatched in college, where he simply bullied opponents by his prodigious power. He's a mauler that will come in quite handy in the run game of the Panthers, and I can see CMC smiling already. With the right coaching in Charlotte, he can develop into a Pro Bowl tackle. I give this pick an A+, considering the fact that the pressure they face to win now with a splashy QB was just enormous. At 6'8", I can safely say that the Giants have drafted a true behemoth. He's as physically gifted as they come and explodes out of his stance like a guy who's 50 pounds lighter. Neal is an all-round starting tackle right from the get-go for the Giants, who have the best of both worlds after these two picks, and I give them another A. London is the prototypical possession receiver, which will find a new home in Georgia. He's not the fastest, but he will compensate for that with his loose hips, which will cause defenders to bite the dust, and pure dominance at the catch point, which he showed in the games before he broke his ankle. London is the guy who Atlanta was after and will be the go-to guy for Mariota. But you just can't teach speed, and speed is more important than ever the way offenses move the chains in the NFL, and therefore I will give this pick a B-. He's the number 1 pass blocking tackle in this year's draft, and showed that he has what it takes to be the blindside protector of Drew Lock for the moment. The QB room is not ideal, but the Hawks are clearly in a rebuild, as I predicted in my mock draft. All the traits to be a golden jacket guy are there if he develops his run blocking and footwork, but the fit in Seattle's scheme is there. This pick deserves an A+. There aren't receivers in this year's class that have the same buzz around them as Waddle, Chase and Devonta Smith had. But, with that being said, Wilson is a filthy route runner and was spinning cornerbacks in circles in college. He's considered a yak monster and will fit in the slot of the Jets just nicely, where he can develop into a true wide receiver 1 in the shadows of Corey Davis. The Jets struck gold with my CB and wide receiver 1, so I'll give this pick another A. After pick 10, it was an emotional rollercoaster ride. If you want to know what my thoughts and grades are for each pick, stay tuned. Hope to see you then.